Marilyn Monroe, Michael Phelps, and Tiger Woods all have in common? They all have overcome a speech communication disorder with the help of an SLP, a speech language pathologist. How cool is that? In our society, people have always been uncomfortable with individuals who have disabilities. It takes a special person to be patient and invest in them. I've always learned to love listening to people. As a little girl, I can remember sitting and listening to people was my favorite pastime. My exceptional listening skills and communication skills have become my passion and my calling in life. Sitting here saying this speech, I especially know that speaking doesn't come natural for everyone. The older I become, the more I realize that I also enjoy helping people. I recognize that I'm not an expert, but I do have personal experience and a desire to help. I truly believe that the way of thinking about ourselves starts with whom we intentionally communicate with. The future world of communication depends on the adaptability of modern technology and an open mind for change. A major modern change for speech therapy is the involvement of modern technology, such as the communication modern devices known as Augmentative and Alternative Communication Devices, or AAC for short. This modern twist has allowed a voice to the voiceless. According to Johnson's well-accredited AAC article, the usage of the new AAC devices is spread among the facilitator, the speech-language pathologist, and the family members in 2006. The primary goal of a speech-language pathologist is to assess, diagnose, and treat communication disorders. Augmentative and Alternative Communication, or AAC, refers to methods of communicating which replaces speech and writing for severely communicative impaired or non-speaking individuals to give access to the basic functions of everyday life. In Taylor's College Hill Press article, AAC must be based on a foundation of excellence in the delivery of services to all people, not just to those clients or to those people who communicate, but instead to all those who communicate with the client. Speech pathologists have a major impact on their clients and rely on evidence-based practice in order to acquire the best diagnosis for them. I plan to transform this field by my calling and using evidence-based practice to serve my community to make a difference for the greater good. Simply put into three, it involves the SLP's best opinion, the client's evidence, and their family's input. According to ASHA, or the American Speech and Hearing Association, evidence-based practice is the conscious, problem-solving method and approach to clinical practice that incorporates the best evidence for a well-designed study for the patient's care. Speech pathology is constantly changing and relies on the flexibility of the SLP to stay up to date on the constant changes of evidence-based practice. Speech pathology uses EBP, evidence-based practice, not only with the client, but also their family for the best functional living conditions. Family members are known as the communicative partners for the AAC user. According to Light's groundbreaking article in 2012, the attitudes and insights of others around the AAC user influences their own opinion on the usage of their device in public settings and for future use. SLPs observe and take into consideration all that the family and functional lifestyle of the client plays on the client's usage and diagnosis. In conclusion, speech pathology is not an easy career. However, it is a life-altering, fulfilling one. Speech pathologists transform the future using modern technology and evidence-based practice. My calling is using modern technology and evidence-based practice, or EBP, as my guide for making a change in the world. Technology can bring us together, and using these studies from evidence-based practice can only bring us that much closer. I can't wait until it's my turn to have my opportunity to see my passions put into action as an SLP. Even in the public eye, speech and communication disorders are apparent everywhere. However, with the assistance of an SLP, nobody has to be left speechless.